Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of my series focus on Fallschrimjager, where we look at some figures in 1/7/2 scale from various brands. So here today we're looking at Caesar miniatures, World War II Paratroopers or Fallschirmjagers from the Assembly series. This is in 1/7/2 scale, of course. The Assembly series, as the name suggests, consists of figures which you have to assemble yourself. It does give an element of what we call multi-pose ability, but generally speaking, you kind of have to kind of go with the poses that they kind of recommend on the side of the box, which is fair enough. You can change maybe headgear and weapons a little bit as well, but other than that, the pose itself is pretty much similar. You can have some variance in fairness, so we'll see how we get on. I'm very interested to actually complete this set, because I've never actually done a kind of a large-scale multi-pose series of figures. I've done a few here and there, individual bits, but not an entire box set, shall we say, of them. Now, having said that, there is actually only 16 figures in this box, but yet there's 300 pieces. So that's quite, as you can do the maths there, there's quite a lot of bits and pieces per individual figure, and a few options in between there as well. So the box itself, as you can see, it just shows a little bit of black and white footage of a paradrop of some sort. There's nothing really to identify those as Germans as far as I can see, but hey, there you go. Guy on the left here, of course, he's quite obviously German by the look at things. He has his MP40 anyway, and what have you. That pose actually isn't in the box, strangely enough, but there you go. Side of the box then you have some more of the usual story, advertising other products within that range. These are all from the Assembly series, so there's German Infantry, Panzer Grenadiers, Africa Corps, another Grenadiers kind of style, and basically there you go, kind of a variants of Panzer Grenadiers. On the other side then you have kind of the styles of figures that will be kind of the completed figures. So potentially quite nice poses. We'll see how we go. I have found that some of these kind of multi-pose things in the past, there's a few that I've done, some of them are great and some of them are not so great. So we'll have to see how this what transpires and see how these work out. Back of the box then, as you can see there, just give some very basic instructions as to glue. That's it. Put this here, put that there. Okay, these aren't the figures that are in the box. Alright, great, lovely. But hey, there you go, we'll figure it out. And be careful, don't glue yourself to yourself or anyone else or whatever, I don't know. But that's it, that's the box. Not a whole lot going on there. But I am interested to see how we get on with these. So let's have a look at the sprues. You get several sprues in the actual box itself. We look at, this is the first sprue here. You get two of these, two of those, and there's three of another sprue and one of another. So this one, you get two of these sprues here. This is basically arms, legs, torsos, that type of thing. Fair enough. We've been eating those. So it looks fairly good as regards detail. Caesar, in fairness, would be renowned for having very, very good detail on their figures. And these potentially, so far anyway, look like that's going to be continuing that trend. They look pretty decent, I have to say. So I'm expecting those to be good. You can see there's some strapping and bits and pieces there. It looks pretty good. So you get torsos, legs, arms. There's kind of helmets and bits and pieces there. What have we got as regards to the helmets? Yeah, it's basically the usual Fallschirmjager helmet. You also get over here, you get the magazine pouches, which is cool. So what else have we got down there? Some more magazine pouches, bandoliers, shall we say. More helmets, hands, that kind of thing. More helmets. Here, what have we got there? Looks like just some equipment, is it? It is, yeah. Arms, legs. Up along here then. Oh, there's the FG42, yeah. You'll notice the handle on the FG42 kind of folded back. Some of them were done with a straight handle, and some of them were done with that very kind of acutely angled handle as well. So just different styles. Nice, yeah. Detail does look fairly good, and it has to be said, there's another FG42 and some more bandoliers. So yeah, that's all looking fairly good. As I say, it depends on how they go together, but fingers crossed. This is the other sprue here, and this one contains a multitude of weapons and equipment, as you can see. So you have entrenching tools, you have what's that, MP40s, some with the stock folded, some with the stock extended, which is quite nice. Looks like bayonets and hand grenades, various pouches, holsters, bits and pieces like that. Similarly here again, little odds and ends. You're looking at water bottles, you're looking at, looks like magazines, a holster, that type of thing. I can see myself having a nervous breakdown dealing with this. So helmets, again, more bits and pieces of equipment. Car 98s, and then you have looks like an MG34 there. Yeah, bipods, bits and pieces, so you can have the bipod extended or folded by the look of things there, which is nice to have those options. And again, just some more bit rolls and bits and bobs there, gas mask canister, that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, the detail on these is quite nice. As I say, what state my nerves are going to be in by the time I get these guys together, I don't know, however, so we'll see how that works out. But even the detail on the weapons is pretty good, to be fair. You can see the handle on that. Is that an FG? No, it's an MG34, isn't it? Yeah. So, all pretty nice there. And then the final sprue is this tiny little thing here. You get 3 of these, I think it is. Yeah, 3 of those. This is basically the heads. So obviously you can see they're flat there. You can put the headgear on accordingly. There's looks like a Valter P38. That's really, really small. Oh my god. But yeah, so that's the facial figures details are quite good too. So that's the sprues. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to doing this, but at the same time I'm a little bit nervous as to see how they'll turn out and how handily they'll go together. Because the other Caesar sets that I'm going to be using for this particular this series and project, as I say, I'll be painting up 3 battalions worth from a rapid fire perspective, which is in the region of 150 or 160 figures. I'll be using several brands, as we can see throughout this series. So these Caesar guys are making up 3 of those sets. So we have the heavy weapons set here. We'll do a review on this, and we'll do a review on the regular German Paratroopers as well, and we'll see how they slot in with these lads. So that's basically it for the minute. That's my kind of my review so far on these guys. Is as I say, just looking at the sprue. But once I get them together at the end of the series, episode 8 or 9, we will do a video showing all the painted figures from all the brands, and I will be painting up and putting together all the figures in this particular set, because there's only 16. So I will definitely be using all of these, so you'll get to see them. All put together and painted up. They will be painted up in the colours recommended by Airfix on the back of their 132 scale set. For the kind of Normandy-esque sort of campaigns I'll be doing, and I'll be doing 1 battalion, which is 50 figures, in a kind of a tropical or Mediterranean colouring as well. So we'll see how that goes. So that's it, guys. Thanks for sticking with me for yet another video on our series focus on Fallschrimjager, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stick around for the next one. So we'll talk to you then. Take care.